Hello, and it really is an absolutely beautiful morning here in Birmingham. Now, normally on a day like this, I would make every effort to go outside to do my Qigong, and I probably will go and do my personal Qigong outside in my garden later. I might even try and find some way that I can actually broadcast a live one day from my garden so you can see what that looks like and feels like. However, I'm inside for now because I haven't sorted that technicality out. If you want to find somewhere outside where you can watch this and actually do the movements, then that would be absolutely fantastic. That whether you have to sit or stand, if you need to sit, then maybe you can get a chair out on a patio or something like that. If you can stay out there to do the meditation, equally fantastic, but I do realise that may not be as practical. But getting outside to do your, what I hope is daily Qigong practice, I hope you know enough of the moves now to be able to do something every day, is absolutely wonderful. It really is very invigorating, and that's why those of you who are friends of mine on Facebook will so often see me say things, I did my Qigong out in the garden this morning and it was really wonderful. Anyway, I've got nothing special planned for today apart from encouraging you to go outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move back from the camera. I will lead you through the moves that we do, and then after a very short period of standing still at the end of the Qigong set, I will invite you to get yourself comfortable for the short mindfulness meditation. As usual, this will begin and end with the sound of the singing bowl. And as usual, at the start of the mindfulness, I will invite you to follow the sound of the singing bowl as it fades away. For now, get yourself into position to do the Qigong moves. So, take a moment to get yourself into a good bear stance. If you're sitting, ideally you will be sitting with your hips and knees at 90 degrees. If you're standing, I'd like you to stand with your knees very slightly bent. The rest of the instructions fit to everybody, whether you're sitting or standing. Try and have your feet a hip width apart, with the feet parallel and facing forward, obviously. Ideally, hips, knees and toes will all be in a nice line. I want your back as straight as it can be. I want your neck as straight as it can be. Try to keep your chin parallel with the floor. With all the moves, work within 70% of your maximum ability. It's not about doing the moves perfectly, it's about doing them perfectly for you. So you've got yourself into your nice, good stance, whether you're sitting or standing. I'd like to invite you just to close your eyes for a moment and focus on your breathing. And maybe bring into mind how you want to feel at the end of this session. And then when you're ready, open your eyes if you need to watch me for guidance about the moves, but if you know them well enough, you can keep your eyes closed as I normally do in my personal practice. Breathe gently and easily, find your own breath and your own rhythm. And with your next in-breath, slowly let your arms float up in front of you. And as you breathe out, just let your hands sink back down. And raise your arms as high as you can easily get them in one easy breath. If you're aiming to get your hands up to about shoulder height if you can, but just do what works for you. As you breathe in, let your arms float up. And maybe you can imagine that you've got puppet strings on your wrist and elbow. Almost as if your arms are moving all by themselves. And maybe as you breathe in, you can imagine that you're pulling strength up from the earth. And that strength just mixes with your energy and makes you a little bit stronger. And then the last time for this move, and as you breathe out, just let your hands sink down at the bottom. Just relax and let go. And with your next in-breath, let your hands float up and then turn your palms in and spread your arms out. And as you breathe out, let your hands float back in and back down. If you can't do this move in one breath, then breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. As you breathe in, imagine your chest and lungs expanding. As you breathe out, really imagine them relaxing. Maybe as you breathe in, you can imagine that you breathe in a good and positive energy from where you are. And as you breathe out, imagine yourself breathing out any stress or tension like grey smoke. Breathe in, your arms float up and then spread out wide. And as you breathe out, your hands float back in towards your chest and then sink back down. And then the last time for this move, breathe out, let your hands sink back in and back down. And at the bottom, just relax and let go. Just for a moment, just check your stance, check you're still standing in a good posture, that you feel stable and comfortable in this position. And I'd like you just to give a little bit of attention to your shoulders. Just make sure your shoulders are nicely relaxed. And then your next in-breath, I'd like to invite you to get your arms up into an arch. As you do this, try to make sure that your shoulders aren't hunched. And as you breathe out, sit slightly on your left knee and let your right arm float down so it's parallel with the floor. And then as you breathe in, the hand comes up and your weight comes back up. And then do the same on the other side. And you can try to follow your hand with your eyes as you do these moves. And maybe you could imagine that you've got rainbow coloured paint on your fingers. And as you move your hands through the air, you're painting a rainbow. Careful not to lean over with this move. Your back should be straight. Breathe out. One hand float down as you breathe in. Bring your hand up. And then last time for this move. Breathe in. Bring your hand up. And then turn your hands out. As you breathe out, just let your hands sweep all the way down to the bottom. Breathe in and let your arms rise up again. Be careful not to hunch your shoulders. As you breathe out, let your hands sweep down. And maybe you could imagine that every time your hands sweep down, that you're pushing away any clouds that are around you. Clouds that are maybe hiding your view of that beautiful rainbow you just painted. And every time your hands sweep down, you can see more and more of that beautiful rainbow. Maybe as you breathe out, you can imagine that you breathe energy and strength along your arms and into your hands, so they're even stronger to clear away the clouds. Breathe in, your arms float up. Breathe out and let your hands sweep down by your side. And then the last time for this move, breathe out and let your hands sweep down by your side. At the bottom, just relax and let go. And maybe wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Again, check that your shoulders aren't stressed. And just make sure that every part of you is comfortable and balanced in this position. Then, as you breathe in, I'd like to invite you to bring your hands up into this position in front of your abdomen. And if you can, engage your core abdominal muscles. And just take a moment to just stand and breathe in this position and get used to it. And then with your next out breath, I'd like to invite you to turn from the waist, and as you do, let one hand float out to one side. And as you breathe in, turn the hand over, bring it back into the center as you turn your body again. But you're going to turn from the waist. Let the hand drift out as you turn, and as you turn back, let that bring the hand back in. Maybe as you breathe out, you can imagine you collect good energy from the room. As you breathe in, you bring it into the center. And out, take one hand out to one side. And as you breathe in, turn back to the front and let the hand drift in. And then last time for this move, you breathe in, bring your hand back into the center. And then just relax and let go and let your hands sink down by your side. Now, a little bit of explanation. What we've done with these moves is we've filled up the lower part of your body with the first move. We've filled up the middle part of your body with the second move. We've filled up the top part of your body with the third move. We've then mixed all that energy up with the fourth move. And with the move we've just done, we've pulled energy in from outside into your center. Now we're going to balance the chi and make sure all that energy is where it needs to be. So, like stand with your hands in front of you, just like this. I'd like you to imagine that you've got an imaginary ball of energy just here in front of your abdomen or on your lap if you're sitting. As you breathe in, smooth around the outside of that ball, and as you breathe out, let your hands sink down. Be careful with this move to take your hands no higher than your heart. Breathe in, let your hands float up or over the top, and as you breathe out, let your hands sink down. And then the last time for this move, breathe out and let your hands sink down. Then get your hands by your side or crossed in front of you, whatever is the most comfortable for you. In your lap if you're sitting. And just remember, I'd like you to close your eyes and just stand still and quiet and just let everything settle for a few breaths. I'd like to invite you to get yourself settled and ready for the meditation. Oops. So whether you're sitting or lying, or you can even do this standing if you wish, if that's more comfortable for you. But I'm guessing most of you are sitting or lying. You don't have to close your eyes for this, but I'll be inviting you to bring your awareness to different things, and it can be easier to do that if your eyes are closed, because you won't be so distracted. And when you're settled, I'd like to invite you to listen to the sound of a singing bowl as it fades away into silence. Follow the sound of the singing bowl. Don't search for the sound, just naturally see what sounds come to your ears. I'd like you to become very aware of where your body is supported by the bed or the chair. Be aware of where the bed or chair touches your body. Take a moment to make sure that you're really comfortable. And then maybe you can imagine gravity pulling you just a little further into the bed or chair. And as that happens, just let your shoulders relax a little bit more. Then I'd like to invite you to bring your attention to your breathing. Don't change your breath. I just want you to become aware of your breathing as you breathe quite naturally and gently. Just want you to be aware and to notice every in-breath and every out-breath. Just right here, right now, in this moment, that's all that matters. Just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. Now, because you're human and normal, you may very well find that your mind wants to wander away to other things that it thinks are more important than this, maybe things that are troubling you. That's fine. The important thing is that you notice that your mind has wandered, and when this happens, don't tell yourself off. Just congratulate yourself for noticing that your mind has wandered, because that means you are aware. And then gently and slowly lead your mind back to focusing on just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. And it doesn't matter how many times you need to lead your mind back. All that matters is that you notice when it's wandered and lead your mind back. What do you notice about each breath? Can you follow the air in from your nose, down your throat, into your lungs, and then follow it back out again? Maybe you're aware of the movement of air. Maybe you're aware of the movement of muscles, maybe in your chest or abdomen. As you notice that movement of chest muscle, you maybe become aware of the movement of muscles in your back and sides as well. It doesn't matter whether you can or can't. I'd just like you to be aware of what you notice with every in-breath and every out-breath. The breath is full of movement. Air moving in and then air moving out. Muscles relaxing and contracting, expanding and relaxing. Is each breath the same as the one that went before? Is the one that comes after any different? It doesn't matter what you notice. I just want you to notice what you notice. There is a lot of movement involved in breathing. Right now, without changing or holding your breath in any way, I'd like you to notice that moment of stillness in between each breath. And your in-breath becomes an out-breath, and your out-breath becomes an in-breath. Stillness is something that can be hard to find in today's busy world. And you might like to think about the fact that this moment of stillness happens hundreds of times every day. And maybe you can imagine that every time this moment of stillness happens, it puts a tiny, tiny drop of stillness into the place where you keep feelings that you need, so that when you need stillness, you can find it. We all know the feelings that we'd like to feel when life gets difficult. And right at the beginning of this, I asked you to think about how you wanted to feel at the end of this session. Will that feeling will be stored in the same place where you store the stillness? and all the other good feelings that you need. So now I'd like you to find that place within your body. In the next in-breath, I'd like you to imagine that you breathe down into that place where you store the feelings. As you breathe out, your out-breath carries with it the feeling that you need right here, right now. And as you breathe, I'd like you to imagine that that feeling is being breathed around the whole of your body. Starts in your toes, fills up your toes, and then moves to fill up your feet, and through your ankles, fills up your legs, through your knees, and all the way along your thighs to your hips and buttocks, and then rises up through your torso, filling every part of your torso, front, back and sides, all the way up to your shoulders. And your shoulders are full. I'd like you to imagine those feelings tumbling down your arms to your fingertips, and filling your fingers, your hands, and through your wrists, and up your arms, through your elbows, all the way back to your shoulders again. And I'd like you to imagine that feeling gets breathed up through your neck into your head and face, so that every part of your head and face is filled with that good feeling. And maybe as that feeling fills your head and face, you can feel the muscles in your face relaxing. And now that feeling fills the whole of your body. I'd like you to try to be aware of the whole of your body filled with those feelings, that feeling that you need right now. And it feels so good. Really enjoy that feeling filling your whole body. Then I'd like to invite you to bring your attention back to your breath. And slowly let your attention spread out so that maybe you become aware of the touch of clothes on your skin. And then once again aware of where your body is supported by the bed or the chair. And then make yourself more aware of what's going on in the room and the sounds both inside and outside the room where you are. As you open your eyes and bring yourself back to more normal awareness, I'd like you to keep in your mind the intention to take this good feeling with you through the rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed that. Take a moment to just really bring yourself back to full awareness before you rush off to do anything. And as I said, if you can find a way to go and stand outside and do your Qigong practice in the fresh air and the sunshine in this lovely weather, that would be hugely beneficial on so many levels. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, I'd like to remind you that if you really find them enjoyable, I have a Patreon page where you can sponsor me for a small amount each month, which will give sponsors access to a private Facebook room where I will do an additional half-hour session each week. And if I get enough sponsors, then I'll actually do 2 of these sessions a week as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope this means that you can go about your day feeling calm, relaxed, confident, and all the things that I know we like to feel and sometimes don't as often as we would like. So have a good day, and I will see you next week.